I'm so funny. You could see some buildings of the skyline. There's more that way. So should I film that way? Ooh, how about like that? And then, because then we got Willis in the middle, and the sun is actually that way. Anywho, so yeah, okay, I hope that you can hear me pretty good. So let's get the ball rolling. I really hate that these glasses are lopsided. I should probably go take them to get fixed. Anywho, background story. I started going to the gym my senior year of high school. It was good. I was consistent up until summer before freshman year of college. I was like, let me give myself a break and then I'll get back to it when school starts. But I totally played I'm not recording with the microphone. I'm so dumb. Point is, I totally played myself with that. I didn't actually keep up with it. I want to say last year is when I was like, okay, let me go back to the gym. My membership, I planned it still, so I was still paying those $10 per month without even going to the gym, which was dumb on my part, honestly. But anywho, I tried picking it up, but I still wasn't consistent. I didn't have a routine. This past December, I switched on over to LA and I started going with Jerry. And he's actually the one who put me on. The workouts that I do are based off. Whoa. I thought so. Are based off of his routine. So what we do is that we do a leg day, a pull day, and a push day. So in that pull day, we include backs and biceps, and then on the push day, we do chest and tricep. And then leg day, that's basically every single part of our legs, including our glutes. You can hear some fireworks. And I run, I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 times a week. It depends. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll go on a run. And then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'll go to the gym. The stuff that I do, let's see. Okay, so for legs, I'll go to the squat rack and I'll do squats. And then I'll also do RDLs. I'll do calf raises, walking lunges. And then recently, because I got a new gym partner, shout out to Evelyn. She's making me do box jumps. So we're doing box jumps and those are killer. It's not just about doing workouts. It's also about what you eat. Like, your nutrition is as important as being active, especially in terms of your muscles. If you're consistently tearing them and you're not giving them the nutrients that they need to replenish, then you're not gonna see improvement or growth. Depending on what your goal is. I feel like this kind of centers around having a routine and it being a discipline, because they say it takes 21 days to either make or break a habit. So say that you're consistent in working out or doing whatever you're doing for 21 days, then your mind and yourself are just going to be programmed to do that every single day from there on out. You get me? And also too, when you're like working out, you know, and you see that someone else is struggling, don't judge. That's not your place. Just let them be. But if you're looking, then offer them some advice on how they can improve. Like, the whole point of this is not to tear each other down, but to build each other up. Word. Now we're gonna talk about food. Honestly, I feel like Dunkin' Donuts has more of a variety with their menu, but I do like Starbucks refreshers. I'm gonna have to go with Dunkin' Donuts. But you already know, America runs on Dunkin', so can't go wrong. So I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't really cook. I prefer my mom's cooking, so I'll stick to that. But I would say the favorite platillo that I could think of is probably comida mexicana. Who doesn't? I like flautas, I like fajitas, I like tacos. Ooh, tacos. Sopes. It's kind of hard to say one thing, but I'll just leave it to Mexican food. I've actually never heard of slicing it for a sandwich. I do that for my omelets, but for a sandwich, I layer them. That's interesting though. It's been a while since I've been on an adventure, but one of my favorite snacks, if you consider a sandwich a snack, it have to be a sandwich or a torta. Granola bars, fruta picada. I love fruta picada, especially pepino and mango with tajin. I think I see my sister. I think she came to run. I see my sister. There she comes. She's right there. You see her? Hi, Carla. And that's her friend Daniel. I wonder if she sees me. Gummies. Gummies are also a good snack. I don't know what happened. But yeah, hopefully I can go on an adventure soon and I can find new snacks. So we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is about Chicago. This is actually kind of like a tough question. One spot right off the top of my head would be the lakefront, just because like there's so many things to do, there's so many things to see. You can either go to the planetarium, to the shed, to the field museum. You can take it down to 35th Street beach or 12th Street beach. You can take it up north. You can go to Navy Pier, the Riverwalk. Another place that I would say is around Chinatown. Chinatown's pretty cool too. There's this one spot in Lincoln Park. So you say that you have the honeycomb here, and you like go to the path or whatever, and then it comes up. There's a bridge like right here. There's like a couple of rocks as like seats. That's a really nice place, especially at night. But just be careful when you're walking through the trails, because there's like cobwebs and like flies, and you're just like swatting everything. Oh, you can't say that White Sox Stadium is not a favorite place in Chicago if you're from Chicago. I know I'm probably gonna get some hate from all the Cubs fans, but Southsiders for life. I have yet to explore so many more places, but those are the ones off the top of my head. I turned 21 this past November, so I want to say I got maybe like a month and a half to really enjoy it. For my birthday, I went to Bottled Blonde. It wasn't all that. It was pretty packed. I heard they're pretty racist too, so yeet. I went to Moe's Cantina. There's one in, I want to say West Loop, and then Wrigley. I went to the one in West Loop, and it was alright, not too bad. And then I also went to Santa Baby Bar in December. It's pretty cool, but I will say it's pretty pricey. So pre-game before you go, so you can buy like at least 1 or 2 drinks there. Definitely pre-game anywhere, pretty much just pre-game. I did hear that the bars in Pilsen are pretty decent too. Oh, Paradise Park is pretty nice too. Home Slice, Happy Campus is a part of I believe Home Slice and Paradise Park, so that whole chain of like pizza parlors, they're pretty decent to go to. So hopefully, you know, like Rona finishes as soon as possible, and that we can all go out to these places and enjoy them and discover more places. Moving on, for astrology and horoscopes, 50-50, just because like I don't really know too much about it, so I can't really speak much on it. I do check up on it, you know, Scorpio gang, November gang, woo, just to see like if it's true, because you don't have like your reliable sources and like they overdo it or like they tell you the wrong things. But I think it's pretty cool actually, knowing what your, I think it's rising moon, rising sun, or like sun moon signs are, compatibility with other signs. I think that's pretty cool. I just think astrology is pretty awesome too, like the cosmos, the alignment of the stars and all that. I would look more into it, and you know, like if anybody recommends any places, sites, books that I can look at to, or apps that I can use to get an accurate understanding of that, reading of that, send them my way. Now we are going to move on to the next question. You guys have seen my tattoo. I'm trying to like show it without really twisting it as much. It's the November moon, and it was so spontaneous too. I just went for an estimate. Like they were like, oh well, we have availability right now, and I was like, oh okay, say less. And I got my tattoo, all spontaneous. I did get home and my mom and my dad were like, what? Pero como dice el dicho, es mejor pedir perdón que permiso. So, you know. But for my next tattoo, I want to do something attributed to my parents. I'm thinking maybe like all of this. I know what I want to do for my mom, but I still have yet to decide what I want to do for my dad. Maybe I'll film getting my next tattoo. I want to do it maybe in like September. We'll see what happens. I had gotten a scholarship to go to do the study abroad program. I had to document the trip in some form, so I chose to make a video about it. I was getting a rush to edit and to do all of that. Originally, the video had 2 Coldplay songs. Got copyrighted, so then I had to change the music. When I heard it with the Coldplay songs, I was just like, oh my goodness, like this is amazing, like I love it. But the song choice really matters when it comes to a video. And I'll say a little bit why, but yeah, basically that's what got the ball rolling. And then the summer after, you know, I was still traveling, so I was just like, you know what, I just want to keep documenting, keep going on this trend of what's going on. But then again, Rona hit, no more trips. Now we're just, you know, trying to work around that, trying to do new stuff. And I think, you know, like it does suck, but I see it as a positive too, because it helps me evolve. Like, but then again, sometimes I have Blogger's Block, and I'll be asking you guys like, hey, what do you want to see? What kind of ideas do you have for our next video? Which I love, because like I said in the first video, you know, like the reason why I'm shooting this in a first person perspective is so that you guys can feel like you're on the trip with me. And that's the whole point of this channel, you know, like obviously like I'm the one who's like behind the camera or in front of the camera, like you're seeing me and like whatever I'm doing, or you know, whatever I come up with, and I'm crafting it in my way. But I want to make it, because you know, there's so many YouTubers out there, and obviously like I'm not a celeb, right? I'm still like on the local, you know, the local level. But it's like, even then, like I'll have viewers that don't really know me that came across my channel because they were scrolling through YouTube, or because one of my friends shared it, you know. So it's kind of like, in a way, this kind of like goes beyond that barrier of them not knowing me, or you guys not knowing me even too. If you follow me on social media, you know, like you only know what you see on social media unless you like know me personally. So like I feel like this, like with the channel, I can be as transparent as I want, and also just like, it's a, you know, like some I forgot where I was going with it. I went through like a whole different way, but basically just a way for you guys to like get to know me, and for me to get to experience my creative side as much as I can. While it does kind of like take a while for me to like like, you know, come out like a lot, I feel more comfortable doing this. It's just fun, like the whole editing process, the whole like trying to like talking to other people who are also content creators. We understand the struggle, and like we also like help each other, you know. Like one of my great friends, Jason, he's a beat maker. You guys should go check out his beats. I'll make sure to link his SoundCloud in the description. But the other day I was talking to him what I should do about this and this and that, and we had a moment where we just talked about how it's what the starting point is always the sucky point, because you're starting from zero. And like I said in the video of my mom's birthday, you know, you guys really started with me when I had like 10 subscribers. I haven't gotten to the point where I have so many views, but that's to the point that I want to get. That's one of my goals. There's a question about what my goals are. That's one of my goals, you know, to like become more integrated into the YouTube world, see this channel grow, but also stay true to who I am. Like when I was recording for the Italy video, or just any video in general, like sometimes, you know, you'll have your good shots, you have your bad shots, but it's really what you make of those bad shots and of those good shots. It's how you put them together. It's what ideas come. It's like a chef, like you have all these ingredients, so what dish are you gonna do? That's how it is with these clips, these ideas, and all that stuff. And obviously there's other YouTubers, right, they're gonna do similar concepts, but they're similar, they're not the same, because each person has their own spin, and then here's my spin. So at the end of the day, I hope that you guys enjoy it as much as I am. So yeah, okay, that's my whole spiel on that. Typically I will shoot in a day or two. Sometimes I won't shoot the intro of the video, depending how it is. So like if it's like for the renovation video, I didn't shoot that when the renovation process started happening. I actually shot it January 2, so it was like way after. I'll do the whole shooting. I'll try to get as much as I can, put everything on the hard drive, open up Premiere, start putting everything on the timeline, start chopping up, start editing. With transitions, personally, I don't really like using those transitions, fading in, fading out. I'll just do that when it's like the first video to the second video, or like when it's done, or when it's beginning, you know, like stuff like that. For the audio, for the music, okay, so most of the time I'll just leave the audio if it's needed. So like for this, I'm not gonna do a song because it's just me talking, but if it's pan of something like the sunrise video, I chose a song, so I'll go ahead, unlink the audio clips from the video clips, and then delete them. There will be some times where like I need to lower the music because there's somebody speaking. What I'll do is that I'll zoom in, and then I'll start chopping it up into maybe like 15 segments, and then lower it by increments so that it's a smooth transition. When it needs to go back to the music, I'll fade it in again. I'll play back the whole video maybe like 5-6 times, and then if I feel like it's okay, I will export it. Sometimes like I'll have a person to look at some parts of it to see if it works or if it doesn't. Jerry actually works a lot with editing and like shooting and stuff, so like I'll ask him, hey, what do you think about this, and then he'll point me in some directions. For the most part, it's just kind of like what I think fits or what doesn't fit. But yeah, I want to learn what else I can do besides the basics, like especially with color correcting. Like I want to know how to do that, and other types of effects. We're gonna move on to the next topic, which is, so right now I'm on my last year at DePaul. I am a health science major with a concentration in nursing. So I'm gonna go to grad school for nursing. I'm looking at USC, Rush, and DePaul mainly. I'm definitely gonna look at other schools too, but those are like my top 3 right now. I might move out. I'm not sure. Trying to milk as much as I can, living with the parents. I want to travel more and just have more time for me and go out more, enjoy more. All of undergrad, I really just focused on working in school. Like maybe I'll do a second Q&A video and we'll check to see what post-grad actually looks like. Kind of sucks because they don't have the undergraduate nursing program. But on the bright side, because of the health science program that they have there, we have to take some public health classes. And I've learned so much from them. Shout out to Dr. Molina. I've learned so much from her. She's a blessing. I've learned so much about public health and like the health disparities that exist. And it's so unfortunate to hear about that because it's like you really have people who are dedicating their life to providing services, to making sure that others are healthy, that they're safe, like the bad ones that don't advocate for everyone's health and just kind of stick to the whole discrimination based on your ethnicity, your race, your cultural background, your economic status. Like it's so sad. And I really think just like having those classes there at DePaul for learning this and for helping me understand what it is that I want to do with my nursing career. I want to work towards getting a DNP. I really want to work with communities that unfortunately lack all these resources, all this representation. Other than that, I feel like I do wish I became more involved in like clubs and organizations and stuff like that. I'm happy that I went to DePaul because I got to stay close to home. Gave me a gateway to meeting my best friend, Limaris. She was the first friend that I made at DePaul. She's a blessing. Shout out to you, girl. Honestly, I don't know where I would have been without you for all those science classes that we took. Chem and bio freshman year, that was hell, but with her, she made it better. And then also my amazing coworkers, recruitment ops gang. They're fun coworkers and they're really great friends. For that part, I'm truly happy. Well, as I have mentioned, I want to become a nurse practitioner. That's one of my goals. I would also like to volunteer or do nursing practices outside of the United States with like Doctors Without Borders. I also want to go to parts in Central America to do some work there. Like nothing's set in stone. There's so many ideas up in the air, so we'll see how that goes. I want to live in the city. If that's a goal, I don't know. I can't imagine myself anywhere else besides the city. Whether it's Chicago, city life is always the life. What else? Have a dog. I want to have dogs. I want to have my family, Become more of a reader. I would definitely want to read more books. I feel like I could learn a lot more. And one that I would recommend is El Alquimista. It was a fun read in Spanish because I don't typically read in Spanish. But if you guys have any recommendations for books that I can read, please let me know. As corny as it sounds, I want to make a change. I want to rest one day knowing that I did something to make change happen in this world because 2020 has really been a year where so many movements have continued to grow and evolve. It's made me think, like, what am I doing to be an ally? Whatever I can do, I will do it because I'm not going to leave this world how it is now for the future generations because it's so wrong in so many ways. Yeah, those are some of my goals. Oh, another one of my goals, run the Chicago Marathon. It's like 26 miles, so I definitely want to try doing that because I've only done 5Ks. I see a spider. Ugh. Oh my god, that's disgusting. I never had a skincare routine. Pretty much growing up, I've never really had so much acne on my face, which, bless you Jesus. But what did happen was that I've been having dry spots around my nose, so it gets flaky. I got this dry soap foam, I think it is. It's from Clinique. I got it maybe in December, and I know I've heard things about Clinique, and I really can't throw it out because it's a lot of product that's still there. So after I finish it, I'm gonna look for other brands. So I asked for some recommendations, and I actually ordered from Honest Beauty, Jessica Alba's company. I got the gel cleanser, and it's really good. I like it so far. I started using it I think Saturday, and so far my skin just feels really great. It looks really clean. It's also makeup remover. I also bought her 3-2-1 Detox Max. I've only used it once, so I can't really tell what the difference is. I also got her hydrating gel cream. Haven't used it once again, but I've heard nothing but good reviews. People have told me about CeraVe. Maybe I'll try that too. Everyone's skin is different. It all has to do with the hormones. I drink a lot of water. I feel like it also has to do with washing your face. When I do wash my face though, I use warm water to open up the pores so that when I'm using the cleansers and the lotions that it penetrates well into my pores. I don't think I've been doing it this video, but I used to tend to touch my face a lot, but I just can't. Like, you know, sometimes I'm just like, I want to rest my face. Sophomore year, I did touch my face a lot. I would touch it like right here on the sides. And so I started breaking out a lot on the sides, but that's because also I was stressed. So it was just really bad, a combination of stress. I want to say I have a little bit of oily skin. I haven't tried anything out for that. CeraVe has, I think, a hydrating, something like that. It's a hydrating facial cleanser or lotion that's for specific types of skin. And you know, I've heard nothing but good reviews about CeraVe, so maybe try that. And then I also don't pop my pimples because that leaves scars and you don't want scars on your face. When you're doing the cleansing, do it in circular motions. When you're applying the lotion, you want to pull it out of your skin, not in, because then you're going to sag your skin down, but you want it to uplift. If you guys have any recommendations about skincare, let me know so I can pass it on with other people. Yeah, I'm going to do a second Q&A video maybe a couple months from now or like a year from now or something, and then I'll update you guys on the whole skincare routine. But that, so far, that's what I have. Let's try to empower each other, try to share that stuff. You know, like if you're one to post on IG what your stuff is, and people ask you, don't lie. You know, what's the point in that? Stop tearing each other down, build each other up. Like I said with the whole gym thing, it's all about, you know, helping each other. We gotta stop thinking individualistically and think collectivistic, if that's a word. I don't know, whatever. You guys know what I mean. I hear a chant going on. I'm so glad to see that people are still coming together and protesting BLM. Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. That's it for that question. I feel like social media is like a good thing and a bad thing. In terms of culture is what we identify ourselves to be, the groups that we identify ourselves to be with and all that stuff, our practices, anything outside of our practices, our beliefs, our actions, our interests, our backgrounds, our religion. I think that social media is good in terms that it helps people who share the same culture bond and interact, but it also promotes conversation between two different cultures. It allows that gateway, especially, you know, like if it's like online, you know, I don't know, I feel like there's like more room to like talk in a way. I mean, it does have its barriers where like sometimes there's miscommunication, but I feel like it's definitely a place where we can all share information with what's been going on with injustice and just about culture too. You know, like I find other people that I interact with, you know, that I can share my culture with or learn about their culture as well. I also think that it's not so much of a good thing because, you know, you have your trolls, you have your bullies, that just because you put your culture out there, because that's your way of expression, they'll come after you and they'll start tearing you down or like stuff like that. And it's like, that's what sucks. And I feel like that's why some people may deter from sharing their culture or just, you know, just being out there. Culture in a social media age can either be heightened or it can be hindered. But I hope that we can all work towards making it all heightened and sharing more culture and just embracing culture and all the types of culture. I hope that answers the question. If not, you know, let me know so we'll answer it in the next video again. How do I deal with anxiety and stress? What works and what doesn't work? For those of you that don't know what anxiety is, it's pretty much defined as point in time when you panic, when you feel uncomfortable, when you feel fear, when you feel like you can't breathe. I think for me, mine's not severe. It's occasional, but times when I will get anxiety are when I was in track, before meets, because in elementary school I would always place either first or second, and I would run the 400 meter, which is basically one lap around the field, the track. I got to the high school level, obviously like I was in the freshman group and then junior varsity. I don't know if I ever made it to varsity, honestly. Obviously I had more competition, there were like faster people. I would have anxiety when I would run, and just like the day before meets I couldn't go to sleep because I was just like, well, what about if I don't get first, or what if I don't get second? You know, it's okay. Now that I think about it, I'm like, it's okay if I didn't place, like there was nothing wrong with that, you know, as long as I take that as a stepping stone and improve for the next time. But I will tell you, I had so much anxiety when it came to running, and so then my senior year I ended up quitting just because college too, it was just so much stress. I just didn't want to put so much on my plate, so I had to let go of track, and it sucked. I hated it, but for my mental well-being, like, I just had to do it. That's one tip that I would say would work. As hard as it may be, the pain that it may cause, it's what matters is you and your well-being. If you have to let go of something that's been hurting you, that you love, but that is painful to let go, you have to do it. It's easier said than done, and it's hard to do, but you can do it. Believe me, you can do it. I have anxiety when it comes to this channel. There was this person that started their channel, and automatically they had so many subscribers and so many views, and I was just like, what the hell? I've devoted more time and made more content since September of last year, and even then I'm grateful for the subscribers that I have, but in the moment I was just kind of like, I'm still under 100 subscribers, I barely have 100 views. What am I doing wrong? I just felt like a failure, and it got so bad that at one point I felt really incompetent, and I had deleted one of the videos that I had on there because I felt like it wasn't good, and I felt like it was just crappy. And I actually had a talk with my support system, the people around me, about this, where I've had just down moments about it, and how it sucks because this is just a starting point. It takes time to get to a certain place. I've learned that myself and from them, that it's gonna take time. If you have anxiety with the process of something, then just know that you're gonna get there one day. It doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you get there and as long as you stay true to what you're doing. So many times you want to take the easy way, but sometimes the easy way is not it. So I just keep reminding myself that. And I still have so much to learn with this channel, so that's I still have anxiety about the channel and the videos, and mainly too because I'm such a shy person that and you would think that I'm not a shy person, but I really am. And literally whenever I have the spotlight on me, I start blushing, I start turning red like a tomato because I just can't do it. It always happened to me in elementary school and high school. I don't know what it is, so it takes a while for me to get out of my shell, and I feel like this channel is helping me one way or another, because it's pushing me, it's making me do something that doesn't really feel comfortable for me, but little by little it's becoming comfortable. One tip that I would get from the YouTube anxiety of how I deal with it is that I talk to people around me, people that I trust, and just other content creators, and we just having that support system. I feel like you really need a support system in order to be able to do things, and if you guys need a support system, then hit me up. I will talk to you. If you just need someone to listen to, I'll listen to you, because I feel like that sometimes that's just what we need. I feel like we just need to be listened to. So never be shy to hit my line. I'm being for real. I'm there for you guys if you guys ever need someone. It's all about empowering. And then with stress, I get a lot of stress during school, especially for finals. What I try to do with that is just kind of breathe in, breathe out. I feel like that works with stress and anxiety. I'll hold my breath for 5 seconds, and then I'll do 10 inhale, outhale. I'll just start thinking of positive things, of happy memories, to ease myself down. I feel like what helps a lot too is just pausing and collecting yourself and then continuing on. Also too, if you guys have any helpful tips of what helps you so that I can share it with people, please send them my way. Whatever form of communication you have with me, whether it's on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, through the comments here on YouTube, reach out so we can continue to help each other and continue to grow. Mental health is so important, and I feel like it just doesn't get recognized as much, and we just need to shed more light on them and have these discussions about them and stuff like that. But yeah, it would be a marine biologist. The helicopter is right above me. So I'm sorry if the sound isn't as great. My first boyfriend was in elementary school. He's actually a really good friend of mine. It was at that point where you would be like, oh, don't call me back, I don't have any more minutes, or oh, don't call me back because it's not my phone, it's my parents' phone or my sister's phone. So it was a fun experience, I won't lie. We would hold hands on the buses to field trips. That's that. But if we're talking about first relationships, so I did a poll last time, when do you count your relationship? And the majority of the votes were for high school and on. In high school, I never had a boyfriend. It was just more I was talking to so-and-so, and I had a thing with so-and-so. So if we're talking about real relationship, that would be, my first one was actually last year. It had its highs and its lows. What relationship doesn't? But I don't have anything bad to say about it. I learned so much from the person that I was in the relationship with. I have good memories. And yeah, how things ended, probably not the best way. If I could go back and change it, I would. Yeah, like I said, I don't have anything bad to say about it. And now we are where we are. So that's that. As cliche as it's gonna sound, I'm gonna have to say my parents, my family, but my parents. My parents inspire me so much because they really showed me, you know, like they're in a much better place than they were when they first got here. Luckily enough, you know, like my dad, he started working as a painter and he kept up with it all those years that he's been here. And now he has his own company. He's a subcontractor at this other company, and nothing but good reviews. When he comes home and he says, you know, the people, the homeowners from this suburb, you know, where all the rich people live, they're so happy with the work that I did. And it's so nice to see him happy, to see that all his hard work is like paying off. With my mom too, you know, she's worked so many jobs. At her job, she's been given raises. She's moved up. You know, they talk so good about her, and it's so nice to hear them come home and tell us that. I'm pretty sure so many people can relate to this, but yeah, like everything I do is for them. It's my way of saying thank you for everything that you've done for me and my sisters. My sisters inspire me so much too. They're so hardworking, they're so smart, each in their own way, and despite our differences, you truly do inspire me to one day have that, at least a tribute of their character. From celebrities who inspires me, I would have to say John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. I know people probably like thought about it because I always post them on my IG. Obviously, like, I don't know their personal life, right? I only see what is presented in the media, but they just look like such a, you know, like such a humble family, and they do so much good for the world. And they're just great people. I was on my way home and I don't know what I ate, but I didn't eat something as great and I couldn't hold it anymore, so I stopped by to the next restaurant and I asked to use their bathroom, and all I can say is very embarrassing, and I will never ever go back there. Yeah. Okay, so now that you guys know that embarrassing detail about me, at the beginning of quarantine, I didn't really do much besides stay home, work, and then school. I've tried catching up more with my friends, trying to see them as much as I can, or just talk to them, because, you know, also to social distancing and all that stuff. I've picked up new habits, like going to sleep early, which is something that I wouldn't do before. I would always be falling asleep late, and you know what they say, you need as much sleep as you can. Like, even though they say you can function on 6 hours of sleep, if you can get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, do it. I promise you, you will feel better. Your body will thank you. Your eye bags will thank you. I don't know what else I've done. I've read more articles than I typically would. I feel like I haven't done much. And then especially with summer, I feel like I haven't done much with summer either. So there's two crazy things that I have on there. One of them is bungee jumping and the other one is skydiving. So who knows if I'll ever try it. Hopefully I will. So guys, we've come to the conclusion of all the questions. The whole reason why it was part 2 was because the sun was supposed to be setting, but the sun is gone. I mean, you can't really see much besides skyline of Chicago, beautiful skyline of Chicago. No other skyline is better than Chicago's, and you can't argue with me. I said what I said, and everybody knows it's true. But it's okay. It is what it is. I will be shooting a second Q&A later on. Start thinking about more questions to ask me. What else do you guys want to know? Don't shy away. There was one question that was super personal, and I know I said I would get personal, but I have family on here, so comment down any suggestions on skincare, the ways to deal with anxiety and stress, workout, book recommendations, what you think about culture in the social media age as well. I know I took a long break. We're just gonna try to keep evolving more from now on and trying to keep working hard and trying to see what we can come up with. Well, this was pretty long. I hope that you were able to make it through the whole thing with me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to my responses and that you enjoyed the video. Continue to spread love and information. You know, we can all work together to become better in some type of way. I hope that you guys enjoy my workout routine and then it helps you, because you know, gotta get them gains. But yeah, okay, so before I prolong this anymore, I appreciate you all for your love and your support. Sending my love to you all, wishing the best for you all. Please continue to practice social distancing, wearing the mask, sharing that information with other people, fighting for justice, for social equality, for improvement, fighting for basic human rights for every single human. I hope that you guys are staying healthy, staying safe. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave your comments down below, and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell for post notifications. I will see you all next Tuesday for the next video. Until then, continue to stay safe, take care, and